Okay, you don't look like you guys are ginger. How's everybody doing today? It's been a long day, right? I see some friends. Hi, Obina! He's my competitor, but he's my friend. Hi, guys. I don't know where you want me, because I know we've got some stuff happening. Is it happening on this screen? Okay, so I'm going to stand here in the middle. Sorry, I'm very nervous. I don't like public speaking. So I'm going to make a lot of really dry jokes. Please just bear with me and just laugh. Hi, guys. My name is Colette. I head a platform called Accelerate TV. I don't know if any of you have heard of it. Tiny, tiny little platform. We create tiny little content, you know, but we're trying to do some big things. So I'm going to talk about the intersection between brand marketing and influencer marketing, and give you some examples of some of the things that we've done at Accelerate, and some of the things that you can do as content creators in regards to working with brands and making yourself and your brand a lot more visible. I know we have, where's Akka? Hey, you're hiding with your glasses. Hi, Akka. I love you. We've got some of our Accelerate babies in the house. I've actually got you as a case study, Akka. So you better be ready to scream when your picture comes up. So I will start by just saying a little bit about Accelerate. Next slide, please. Oh, sorry, I have a clicker. Okay, so Accelerate TV. So literally we started about 5-6 years ago, and we wanted to be a platform that really kind of gave a home for young creatives. In terms of my background, I worked at Mnet, so Africa Magic, and all of those kind of platforms, Big Brother, Tinsel. I launched all of that, then went over to work for Viacom. So MTV, MTV Base, BT, Nickelodeon, those were all my brands. And I loved all of those platforms, but you know what? What I didn't love about it was the fact that I wasn't able to give opportunities for young people to be able to come to our platform and create. Because a lot of those platforms, they're very kind of rigid in regards to the content that they have and what you can do. So when I got the opportunity to set up Accelerate, I was really excited because I was like, finally, all these amazing young creators that keep giving me PowerPoint presentations and show ideas, we can actually bring some of these ideas to life. So for us, you know, Accelerate, we wanted it to be like this haven for great content that speaks fashion, you know, culture, you know, entertainment and great things. And you know, for me, it's really important that we always put our best foot forward. When I lived in England, all of the content that I saw coming up out of Africa was terrible. People were suffering, people were dying. So when I finally came to Nigeria, people are living. No, I'm being really honest, guys. Because in the West, unfortunately, you see the worst of Africa. You don't see the great stuff. You don't see the lifestyle. You don't see beautiful young people like yourselves. What you see is people suffering, not wearing any clothes, and there's flies hanging around their face. That's what you see, and that's the truth. I don't know if that's changed. I'm hoping it has, because the culture has really, really gone far since that time. So for me, it was really important that we showcased and we showed a reimagined Africa, the Africa that we know. Do you understand what I mean? So we started creating content that spoke to lifestyle. You know, we started with shows like Day Pass, which was like a day in the life for some of your favorite artists, your David O's. We even did one with Akka. We did one with, you know, people of interest, Paul from P Square and the likes. And then we also did stuff like African cooking shows. So we have a show called Off the Menu where you'd have Soliat, who was an ex-dancer. She's now a chef, and she's showing us how to cook Nigerian food or African food in a different way. And this is stuff that I didn't used to see on African TV. So we're like, how do we create a platform that has all of this stuff? So that's what we are. We are Accelerate. And then off the back of launching Accelerate, for us it was also important that we were able to find a platform that showcased, trained and supported young creatives. So we created something called the Accelerate Filmmaker Project, where we train anybody that wants to work in TV, film. We give them internship opportunities. The guys that have the best ideas, we bring their short films to life. We take it to film festivals around the world, and we do our best to support them to be great. So that's what we're really about. We're built off the three E's, which is to empower, to entertain, and there's one more. Educate. Yes. Sorry, it's been a long day. So that's Accelerate. So I think you have an idea of what we do. Now, in regards to brand partnerships, so when we started Accelerate, we literally started with zero. We set up a YouTube channel. There were no subscribers. We didn't even have an Instagram page. We had like 77 people following us on Twitter. That's how literally we started. And we didn't have anything. So we said to ourselves, you know what? Brand partnerships. How do we leverage on creatives to tell our brand stories? How do we start creating content that speaks to what people want? It's informative, it's educative, and of course it's entertaining. So when we started in 2016, we were like, okay, what do we do? Okay, we like music. We created a show called Guess the Beat, where you play a snippet of a song, and you have like celebrities and everybody's fighting to guess the beat. You know, whoever gets the most points wins. We started something called Under the Influence. So you'd speak to the likes of Asa Sika, who is David O's manager, and for such a young guy, he tells you about how he was able to grow his platform, how he's able to look after people like David O. We spoke to the likes of DJ Obi at the time, well-known makeup artists, and people that were in the creative industry but you didn't know about. We also created stuff that spoke to music, lifestyle. We created something called Boss Moods, which was like, you would speak to somebody who was deemed as somebody who's top of their game. So I'll give you an example. We had like Steve Babieko, he's the CEO of Extreme, the creative agency, and he'll give you like his 5 tips. If you want to be where I am, these are the things that you should do. You should be consistent. So for us, it was just about, let's keep creating content that speaks to our audience. And then we started looking at brand-specific partnerships. Again, we started with 0. We had no followership. We had nobody knew who Accelerate was. And we thought, okay, what do we do? Who do we put onto the Accelerate platform to ensure that we start getting the eyeballs? So we started with a few partnerships, and one of the ones that I will speak to, which was really, really important, and it was key for me. I have a friend, you guys might know her. She's a film director called Kemi Adetiba. I don't know if you watched The Wedding Party, if you watched King of Boys, and some of those things, but when I first met Kemi, she was again one of those creatives that had great content but didn't have anywhere to put it. She had a show called King Women, and it was really a show that spoke to amazing women across the board. These women were in TV, they were in finance, they were in different industries, and they were doing amazing things, and they literally spoke to her bare. They told them about things that people would not know about you, you know. So for us, when she came to us and said, listen, I'm looking for a home for this, it was a perfect synergy for us, especially because, yes, we are supported by a bank, Access Bank, and one of the products that Access had was a women's platform called The W. So when we took on King Women, it made sense for us to then use it as a platform to push that brand, if that makes sense. So I'm going to play a quick video. So what we did was, when we launched King Women, we created a quick TVC in-house in our little studio in the office that kind of introduced King Women to everybody. So can you play the first video, please?
I am a woman. I am a woman. I am a woman. I am a woman. I want to be successful. I want financial support.
I want affordable health service.
I want to be powerful.
Powerful.
Supported.
Inspired.
Connected.
Educated.
Educated. I want specialized banking. I want maternal care.
I want to be a part.
I am a woman. I am a king woman.
I am a king woman.
I am a king woman.
I am a W woman.
So again, for us, we had moved away from, you know, that idea of doing traditional advertising. We didn't want to do that, but we wanted to have a product that was strong enough, and we wanted to link one of our products with it. So that's where we linked our King Women program that we worked with Kemi Adetiba on, with Access Bank and their W Women's Banking, which had like great initiatives to support women. So that just gives you a specific kind of idea of some of the partnerships. Now, again, key partnerships for us. So we did King Women, it was amazing. The feedback that we got, again, is sat on our YouTube channel. And we started building our YouTube channel. So we went from literally having 0 subscribers, we started going up to 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. And we then thought about, okay, and the feedback that we would get, and the great thing about YouTube is that everybody will send you a comment, Abi. Some are nice comments, some are bad comments, but you learn from the comments, right? So a lot of the comments came back and they said, guys, you've done all of this stuff for women, what about the guys? Guys need a platform to also vent, to talk, you know, to kind of have their own space. So we again went back to Kemi, and she had created something called Brotherhood. Now Brotherhood was literally like a round table discussion with men, and they would talk about all sorts. We had industry leaders, we had young people, we had university guys, and they would talk about different everyday experiences. You know, so we had like a table that had the likes of Obi Asika, who started literally, you know, he's an integral part of the Nigerian music industry with Storm Records. We had Chris Obosi, who owns Beat FM. We had the guy from Kenny's Music. We had a whole bunch of people, and they talked about how they started this entertainment scene. On one of our round tables, we had the likes of Lynx, Fela Durante, talking about faith and how important it is for young men growing up. So, you know, for us, when we looked at the great content that we had, we were like, you know what? We can't do this alone. We need our strategic partners. And that's where the likes of our partners at YouTube came through for us. So we worked with Tutu, who heads up marketing. Big shout out to Tutu, where are you? And Addy. And we kind of said, guys, this is what we're doing, and we need a lot of eyeballs. So they had like a YouTube Content Creators Week, and they literally rolled out the red carpet for us and said, you know what, guys? You can launch this show on our platform, and we're going to go one step further. We're actually going to bring MTN to the table. So if anybody's watching this, they're actually going to watch it for free or for next to nothing if they are on the MTN platform. So it was fantastic for us, because what it did was our eyeballs went from literally basic to right through the roof. And again, these are strategic partnerships that you guys should be thinking about when you're creating content. So it's not just about, yeah, have a good show, everybody's gonna watch it, but does the show speak to something? Is there an audience for it? Is it speaking to something that we need in our community? And I think Brotherhood did that. So that was why it was quite easy for us to get some of the partnerships that we got. And for me, partnerships with the likes of YouTube are really, really important, because it helps get your content everywhere. And then in regards to brand integration, so again, we're trying to move from the usual, okay, I'm going to put a 30-second ad somewhere, and we're going to just play it, and everybody's going to watch it or skip it like you do on YouTube sometimes. So we were like, okay, how do we integrate our content into brands? Again, like I said, we are supported by a bank. We won't be where we are if we didn't have the backing of Access Bank, because they've been able to really understand our vision and put their money where their mouth is and put their weight behind us. So one of the things back then when we started, Access Bank had a product called Pay with Capture. It was like a digital platform. You literally go everywhere, you scan it, you scan, you don't need your cards, you don't need anything. And we were like, how do we talk about this brand without it looking like an advert, right? And at the time, we had a show called Day Pass. Day Pass is like a show 24 hours in a day, like I said. So we've done Day Pass with David O, with Reminisce, with Lola Ray, with a whole bunch of people. You literally, they wake up at 5 in the morning, and you're with them till midnight. So you follow them, whatever their day is. If they're up to no good, you follow them. It's like a fly on the wall, following them through the day. So one of the things that we said is, you know what, in terms of brand integration, why don't we do a day pass where one of our influencers happens to leave his house and he's forgotten his wallet? I know it sounds corny, but you know. So I'm gonna play a video just so that you can see how we were able to integrate Pay with Capture in our pay. Wait, can I just say something? This is, you guys all know Akka, right? So when we launched Accelerate, Akka was one of the first young influencers that we worked with before he became the man of God. He was Akka, our Accelerate presenter. Now he's the man of God, nobody can find him. But when he was normal Akka, he worked a lot with us on a lot of our content. So I'm gonna play a video, and it just shows a little bit of the brand integration when we were trying to push Pay with Capture. So can you play this, please?
How much is it?
When he was a baby boy.
I forgot my wallet. Oh, Pay with Capture. You have Pay with Capture here. Oh, that's cool. I downloaded the app at the launch. I was at the launch. So I'm just going to try and use it.
Techno. That was a techno.
Wow. I just got a debit alert.
Thank you. Alert.
Yeah.
So that was about 5 years ago. So it
6
just shows,
years to be precise.
When them.
so it shows some of the brand integration, and again, Aka, which I'll speak to, is a great story actually in regards to how you can really grow yourself as an individual and how you can grow your brand, and being really strategic about how you partner on the things that you do in this space. So that was just one of the various things that we did. And then one of the things that we did when we started was we were like, we need like a 24-hour news, a weekly news, so an entertainment news roundup. So every week on a Monday, Aka would come to the office, he would record our like 5 to 10 minute news segment, because we looked at it and we said, who has an entertainment news segment that you can just go to every week and then give you a roundup of what's happening in our space? And for us, it was also a platform to be able to work with brands, right? So where we had partnerships with the likes of ArtX, Giddy Fest, Copacabana, Lagos Fashion Week, because they would come to us and we had our website, we would write about it, but there was nothing like having that visual storytelling, right? So everybody would come and say, yes, come and send your crew. And that's one thing I hate. People will come and tell you, come and send your crew to cover our event. What do you want to do with it? Where are we going to put it? But for us, we created Accelerate News, which was a weekly show for us to show the news. So it kind of shows you some of the things that we did, and it was a great brand partnership for us as well. I'm going to hurry up because I've got Alicia in the back doing this. And again, for us, it was really about positioning a brand to leverage creators. So this part is really important. So again, like I said, Q Aka, content creator, 2016, he was not the man of God that he is today, but he was a young guy that had lots of charisma, lots of energy. And you know what? We called him and said, listen, we're launching a new platform, we have a new segment, come and do it. And he did it. He then came to us a few weeks later and said, listen guys, I have a great show idea. It's about young people talking about what's going on, and it's called
Shade Corner.
Shade Corner. And literally, Aka came with this amazing idea and said, we want to talk about what's going on. Nobody wants to talk about what's going on in this entertainment industry, fashion industry, and so on. Let us create a platform that we talk about it. And yes, we are going to be very, very shady. We're going to shade people. People are going to hate us. And we said, you know what? That's exactly the kind of content we're looking for. And Aka created Shade Corner. We put our producers around him, we put our team around him, and we brought it to life. It was that simple. He had a friggin' great idea. We believed in it, and we put our infrastructure behind it. Season 1 of Shade Corner, we had it in the corner of our office. We literally have an office with a corner that has a sofa. We put a couple of things on the wall and we just shot it. Season 2, I think we did the same. Yeah. By season 3, we had a bit more money. By season 4, season 5, we have money now because we're rolling with the big boys. So we were able to really bring it to life. And it's one of those shows that's done so well for our platform. I'd like to say it's done really well for Aka as well as a creator. And like I've said, he created the show. We just gave him the environment for it to thrive. We put our might behind it, we put our marketing behind it, and it did really, really well. And we've literally just aired, the 5th season. Yeah. So again, for us, it's a really, really good story. And if we're using somebody like Aka as a case study, he literally, like I heard, so we've just done a cover. So we also have a digital magazine that comes out every month called The Cover. We showcase young people, young creative people doing great things. And Aka's actually on the cover, which is so random, this month. And he talks about his journey. I was watching the video and he talks about he left his job, didn't tell his parents, just literally left. And he had this idea of, I'm going to be a star, I'm going to be in this entertainment space. And it's really, really nice to see because we feel like we were definitely a part of that journey. So when he finally got on the cover 5-6 years later, hearing his story was just so sweet because we knew where he came from, where he is, and where he's going. So can we just play a little clip, please?
I would say courage because I've taken a couple of steps that I had to, be bold at taking. I remember when I was working, I had a corporate job, and then I just decided that, I'm just going to resign. And I did. I resigned, and I did that before going to talk to my parents. And my father asked me, what are you going to do? What are you resigning to? Is that another job? I was like, no. I was like, what are you going to do? I was like, I'm going to work for myself. I am the business, you know. I would really, really love to play a sinister role. Like when I mean sinister, I don't mean like somebody, because I just played the role of somebody who was abusing his girlfriend. I mean a dark scene. Like I want to play the role of a demon. I want Voldemort in Harry Potter. That's what I want. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it enough. I'm just like, God, please give somebody the grace to come in for that film. I really want to be dark. Oh my God, I could give.
Go back to the slide.
Or you know what, HR. I like HR sometimes.
So again, I think it shows some of the growth. It shows that consistency is really good, because even after all the years, he's been consistent. He's been consistent with the content he's created for us. He's been consistent. So with Shade Corner, Aka's a producer. So this guy's getting paid. It's his idea. He gets paid because it's his idea. He's a producer on it. He gets paid because he's a producer. He's a host. He gets paid because he's a host. So please, when he's telling you he has no money, look at him because he's got money. So again, it just shows you that consistency is really, really key. Now, to round up, I will then talk about some of the brand integration that we've done at Accelerate. So obviously, yes, we're making some money on the YouTube platform, but for us, it's also important that we put some product placements in some of our content. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Visa on Arrival. No. Are you familiar with Visa on Arrival? Okay, so it's one of our flagship shows. Again, it's a partnership. I chased Bobby for 5 years because I knew Bobby was going to create magic for us. And obviously at the time, so you know, like banking wars, he was a brand ambassador for Diamond Bank. Access merged with Diamond Bank, and then it gave us an opportunity to work with Bobby. And that's when he created Visa on Arrival for us. And again, literally, we just gave him a check and said, go and create this. We know you're going to do magic, and he did. These opportunities are here, guys. You literally just need to come to us and we'll find those opportunities if the content makes sense. So again, brand integration, because now I've gone and I've paid and I've given all my money to Bobby. I need to make some money back. So I've now gone out to brands and say, come and advertise on this show, because season 1 was fire. Season 2, let's get a platform to also have brands. So I'm just going to play a couple of quick videos, and then I'm going to round up. So the first one just shows, there's a few, but it just shows a small product placement on this juice drink that we integrated into the show. So press play, please.
What is this?
Why?
Why did you deny us?
It is so basic, but it's there. And guys, we got paid. We got paid for it. It's paying for my production. And then let me give you an example of another one. So we started working with the guys at Pinot Ricard. And again, I really like this one because, as you know, our visa officers, if you watch Visa on Arrival, they're very, very shady. So again, we created scenarios that we could talk about brands, but it wasn't so slap bang in your face. So can we play the next video, please?
You rude young man, very rude. Imperial Blue. This is the drink. I drink it every day with my friends. Every day. In fact, if I don't drink this drink in a week, I might fall sick. You're coming to tell me that you're very lucky. Imperial Blue. You froze. And I also blame Imperial Blue for bringing someone like you to my fronts. Because on a regular day, I will not stoop so low to be actually what with someone like you.
So again, we were thinking of how do we strategically put brand placements in place. And if you watch Visa on Arrival, you know that our visa officers do not approve visas. And this guy was going to, I think he was going to Dubai or something for an Imperial Blue event. So we were able to kind of sneak the brand in, and it worked really, really well. Next slide. So just in, oh sorry, I keep forgetting I have the clicker. So because of time, I'm not going to go through some of the rest of the videos. But some of the things that we've done is strategic partnerships. So yes, we have a YouTube platform, we have subscribers, we have an audience. So we are now able to go to brands and say, what is your brand strategy? What are you doing? How are you engaging with a certain demographic? Krispy Kreme, I think they'd been in Nigeria for about a year. We had conversations with them. How are you guys engaging with people? How do people know that you're around? How can we help you to get to the audience that we have? And we created something called Go Nuts for Donuts when they were celebrating 1 year of being in Nigeria. It was literally like World Donut Day. So we had an activation where we went out to the streets and we asked people to, in their own language, to say happy first birthday or something, you know. But it was about creating that content and being on ground and also sharing that content with our audiences. We also did something nice with Baileys as well. We know that Baileys is more of a feminine drink, and we have a lot of female influencers that we were working with. So we went to Baileys and said, how are you pushing Baileys? We have a great idea. There used to be this show that we'd seen. So you literally follow somebody around and you ask them questions. They're asking questions, you're asking them, they're answering, and guess what? As they're answering, they're making their favorite Baileys cocktails. So I'm gonna quickly play this, just so that you can see some of the content that we created and we put on the Accelerate platform. So please press play.
Okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna make you a special cocktail that I love. I like to call it the Tony Tones Chocolate Special.
If you could have a lifetime supply of one thing, what would that be?
That is a tough question. Okay, we're gonna go with chocolate eclair. I am a huge sweet tooth. I love my sweets. I especially love chocolate eclair, so.
Now that looks really good.
Trust me, it tastes better than it looks this time.
That looks fantastic. Look at that process. So how does it taste? Tell us.
That chocolate I go with my face, and I don't care because it tastes so good.
So again, for this, we were in the position to say to Diageo, to say to Baileys, we will pick the influencers that we're going to showcase on these videos. And we did about 10 with different female influencers where we said we're going to follow them on some journey, and at the end of it, they're going to create a Baileys cocktail. So again, it's about building on your brand, but it's also for us. So we didn't just say we're going to go and get somebody that has one person following them on Instagram or on YouTube. We also looked at influencers like yourselves and said, this person is great, this person has a great followership, this person has great content. So that's the kind of people that we want to partner with as we're going to bigger brands. Does that make sense? Okay, fantastic. So again, lastly, we'll talk about inspirational content and impacting creatives. Just like the guys at Google and the guys at YouTube do, it is really, really important for us to continue to create platforms for everybody to grow, right? For you to learn your skill, to up your skills as well. So we've created something called the Accelerate Filmmaker Project, which literally, we do like a week's worth of training with some of the best directors, producers in Nigeria, and we train you for free. You know, your ideas, we bring it to life and we put it on our platform. So don't be scared. One thing I'll say is don't be scared about coming to us or coming to anybody that has a platform with your ideas. Like I said earlier, I saw one of my colleagues, Obina. Obina is actually my competitor. He runs Red TV, but Red TV are also doing amazing things in this platform, in this market, in this space. And guys, guess what? We wouldn't be who we are today if we didn't partner with young creatives like yourselves. I think ACCA is a great case study in regards to what is possible. And we have so many other case studies. So, you know, for us, we're very, very open to brand partnerships. We're very open to ideas. And you know what? Like I always say to my team, I want to be the oldest person in the room because I want to learn from you guys. And I want to be able to build content off of you guys and working with you to empower you to also to be able to create and grow. So I think that's it on my side. So thank you for your time. And go forth and be great. I'm looking forward to hearing from some of you guys and for seeing some of your content as well. So thank you. Let's put our hands together.
Please, let's put our hands together for Colette one more time.